Thank you for joining me, my Geminis. Welcome to Tarot in White Oracle, where we get into the cloud to see what we see. This is your next 30 days twin flame journey long video. We will get into communication, the mind, the heart space, and what is keeping you from union, blockages, challenges, all that good stuff. If you are in a twin flame, this is your divine masculine energy. This is the divine feminine energy. It's the same soul in two different bodies, two different experiences. If you are in a soulmate soul tribe, this is your masculine, feminine energy in one body, one experience. This is a general, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. Cross watchers, the energy can be flipped. Also, since this is a powerful connection, the soul you are experiencing may help you to awaken with premonitions, telepathy, repeated synchronicities, signs, spirit numbers like 1s and 3s, increased intuition, psychic abilities. Usually this occurs during the first separation or breakup, but it can occur when you first meet during your dating period. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I did pull some energy for your communication sector, divine masculine and divine feminine. On the masculine side, we do have a sense of the masculine thinking about all those memories, the past history together. Could be a past life as well. Most likely it is in twin flame connections. And really he's feeling strongly connected to that energy. And he's wanting to communicate it, or he is communicating about the memories, the history. But there's conflict as well that's being communicated. And that may have to do with the divine feminine feeling like there's a union that's not occurring, a commitment that's not occurring. Maybe you guys are in separation and she may be arguing about this, not liking it, not understanding why plans aren't being made to come together. She also has the Ace of Wands energy. So, you know, this is a fun, playful energy. It can also be moody, but it's also all about full of potential, possibilities, potentials. So it's very interesting. She has the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and now the Ace of Wands again. So in her communication, she's all about, why are we not planning to be together? Why are we not together? Why is there not a union? Why are we in separation? That's for many of you. For others of you that maybe are living together, or if you are stepping it up into like the next level, from like situationship to relationship, this is all about feeling like you guys are disaligned. You're not in alignment, and there's a strong disconnect, and there's some sort of communication, arguing back and forth, or conflict. And the masculine may be speaking about, you know, how he's feeling in terms of memories and things from the past. We also get a strong sense in his mind of him wanting and thinking about moving forward, taking those steps forward, the baby steps forward. He's thinking about the future of the connection between you two, like how that would look like. A lot of times a butterfly goes into a cocoon and, you know, they go through a metamorphosis as the larva and they come out as the butterfly. And so that's kind of what he's doing as well. He's transmuting energy, and in his mind space, he's thinking about that transformation, that process of uniting and being balanced and moving forward, and how that might look like in the future. For the feminine, we do get that on her mind space. It's all about the Judgment card. She's really just focused on her own spiritual evolution, awakening, and development. And, you know, she's taking it one breath at a time. We get so many soulful energies on her side. You know, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Judgment card. She is all in that intuition, soulful, spiritual energy. And just connecting to her source, to herself. For the heart space for the masculine, we do get our Ten of Wands. We do get the Hermit. So in the masculine's heart, he's wanting to just put the struggle behind him. He's wanting to let go of all those karmic burdens that keep coming up. You know, he's feeling tipsy-turvy. You know, he's feeling like he doesn't have the strength, or he might be feeling weak, like he's showing up weak. He's not showing up with courage or strength, or he's not able to manifest that new beginning, that seed of beginning. And he's feeling like he just wants to let the struggle go, whatever is holding him back. And it could be the arguments if you guys are having them. And he wants to go into his hermit mode. He wants to be able to isolate and think about, tap into his intuition, his feelings. He wants to be able to, connect to his own spirit, his own soul, and take that time to replenish himself. In the heart space that we have for the feminine, she's the Mother of Swords and the Six of Wands. Again, Wands energy. Very powerful energy coming from her on this side. We do get the Mother of Swords, which is all about that Queen of Swords, tactful, graceful, truth, clarity, honesty, openness, communication. So in her heart, she wants communication. She wants the truth on the table. She feels very clear in her heart space about what she feels, what she wants to say mostly. And she has victory around that. She has a strong sense of victory. And this is a strong Aquarian card, but we are reading for the Geminis. But, an Aquarius is also an air sign. So she has a strong air energy in her heart, which is really logical, and also able to take space and consider things, and to feel very victorious about the way that she's seeing things, and seeing her divine masculine, seeing the connection as a whole. So let's go ahead and look into our third energies. So Geminis, so this is your third energy. So every relationship creates a third energy. Like sometimes people get together and they create an energy that's volatile, or they create an energy that's like the best of them come out. And all those who are physically around can see, oh wow, yeah, this is a beautiful energy I feel from these people, or this is a negative energy I feel. With twin flames, the third energy that is created, when they get together, it's all about the energy that lifts the collective up, the consciousness up, the spiritual evolution and awakening for the collective as a whole. It's not just something that helps those around them, but it's the collective as a whole. So the energy that we're getting from the masculine is all about being brave, moving forward into the unknown, the uncertainty of new chapters, of new directions in life, and having the resources and the bravery to do that. The divine feminine is all about the Ace of Pentacles. So she's all about that offer of, commitments and showing up here in the now, the presence of the now. Like the Buddha says, stay present, stay in the now. Don't put your energy or mind onto the past or onto the future, because you're only living right now. Right now is the only moment that you have. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and yesterday doesn't exist anymore. So her energy is very much about staying present, and very much about new beginnings, especially new beginnings that are grounded, stable, secure, commitments. And together, their energy is all about moving forward in grounded energy, and creating a new life for yourself, giving yourself a hand up, with bravery. So it's a beautiful third energy. Let's go ahead and dive into clarity and lessons. So for the masculine, we are getting clarity and lessons on his side, and clarity and lessons on her side. So from the masculine side, we are getting the King of Wands as clarity, and the Two of Swords as lessons for this next 30 days. So for the next 30 days, the divine masculine might be having trouble making up his mind about things. He might be in a state of indecision. For some of you, he'll be moving out of this energy faster. For some of you, it will be slower. But because he's feeling weak, he's feeling like he's not showing up for himself, his true authentic self, and that he's not able to offer any, new beginnings, or a hand up. See, she's having the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. He has it in the reverse, and she's got so many aces over here. She's got 4 aces. You might be seeing 1, 1, 1, 1 as confirmation, divine feminine, that this is for you. So many ones are showing up, which is usually what happens in twin flame connections. So we do have the King of Wands as well. So this is a strong energy that's about taking the soul contracts from heaven and making them grounded here on earth, and making decisions about that, and feeling empowered instead of being in a place of feeling like you're disempowered. So his lessons this month is all about teaching him how to empower himself by making decisions. So let's go ahead and look at the feminine energy. So the divine feminine energy, the clarity is the Four of Wands, and of course the lessons are about our Five of Cups. So she's wanting to move into union. Of course, I see here with her card, it's like we're not in union. I'm, communicating about how we're not, and how we need to move into our Ace of Wands, our powerful energy, our energy that allows us potentials, possibilities, tapping into our soul's path, knowing what that is. And but for this month, she is learning a lot of lessons around disappointment, and about, a lot of times the divine masculine might not show up the way she's wanting or ready to be in union, or she might be feeling even disappointed in life or work in general. And so her lessons this month are all about being able to lift her head up and focus on the glasses that are behind her that are filled up, instead of on the cups that are emptied and on the ground. And so it's about reshifting your focus, shifting your paradigm, your perspectives, and learning how to chin up and focus on what you want so that you can drive that energy to you. Because we bring to us what we focus on. So let's go ahead and look at our challenges and advice. So we do have the Knight of Swords and the High Priestess for the masculine. And we do get our Knight of Wands and Page of Pentacles for the feminine. So for the masculine, the challenges have everything to do with communications, speaking, the truth, texting. He might be blocking, or she might be, or usually though, I do feel like this is coming from the masculine's energy because it is on the masculine side. He might not be communicating as well, or blocking, or you guys might be in a period of silence or separation. And so the challenge is all about open communication. And the High Priestess is all about tapping in. This is your advice. It's all about tapping into your intuition, your soul. What is your soul saying? What is your intuition and emotion saying? What is it telling you? And it's tapping into that so that you know what to communicate, and so you can open up your communications. What we get for the divine feminine, her advice is the Knight of Wands, and her challenge is the Knight of Wands, and her advice is the Page of Pentacles. So her challenge is to not come in with flingy energy, in and out, having fun, not offering more when a commitment isn't there, or when union isn't being offered, to maybe hold herself back, maybe even hold the intimacy back. Her challenge is to be someone who can reserve her energy for when it's the right time. And her advice is to focus on that commitment that she's wanting, that offer that she's wanting from the masculine, the union that we see here, and here. This is all about being able to focus again on the union that you want, and when that feels ready, then that's when it's time to charge forward, but not before. So let's go ahead and look at our fears and hopes. All right, so we do get the World and the Three of Wands. So the masculine might fear that this connection is completed or over, or that it's run its course. He hopes that he can focus on the future, that there is a future in this connection. For the feminines, we do see that she fears offering up that cup of love to her masculine, saying I love you, or I apologize, I'm sorry. There's a fear around that. Maybe the vulnerability, and the hope is that she isn't going to be stuck in anxiety, stress, or fear, or worry, or nightmare, or she's hoping that her person, her divine masculine, won't be stuck in this energy. And her fear might be that she fears her divine masculine isn't going to offer up his emotions or his vulnerability or his I love yous. So let's go ahead and look into our hidden energy. The masculine and feminine both have an energy that they hide from the other. And the divine masculine is hiding his feelings of maybe feeling unrequited love, feeling like he's not loved, a scarcity mindset, feeling, or if he's having financial troubles, he might be hiding something like that. The feminine is hiding her desire to come in union, and so there's an aspect of that union that she's hiding. If she's argued about it with him, you know, she's been contemplating a lot about, is this going to be, she has a fear that, is this just going to all leave? Is this going to ever happen? Are we ever going to get together? And so what she's hiding from him are different aspects, different fears that she has in the union. So sometimes for the feminine, you know, that can be about it being the right time, or am I ready, or different insecurities she has about herself or that she sees in her divine masculine and maybe she doesn't want to say. And so these have to do with you know, insecurities and fears that pop up when we are coming together with another person. And so she may be hiding different aspects of that truth from her divine masculine in terms of the union. So let's go ahead and look at what's in the way of the connection. So for the divine masculine, we do get the King of Cups. So the divine masculine is holding back his emotions, holding back his vulnerability, holding back his emotional support, or he might feel like it's not ready yet to do that, or he's not, you know, in a position to feel comfortable yet in exposing himself emotionally. He's needing to kind of flesh out what he's feeling and to get into a place where he feels comfortable expressing. And for the feminine, what we see in what it is in the way of the connection, what needs to be cleared. So this is her blockage. You know, this is just awareness in general. And so she needs to be in a space where she's embracing her awareness around the connection, around what she feels, her emotions, her spiritual development, everything that's coming to light, her awakening, being able to embrace that awareness, the knowledge of things. It's currently acting as a blockage, like she wants to hide it. She wants to hide what she knows. She wants to hide what she's aware of. And so there's a sense of needing to be brave in everything that you've learned and grown in your own spiritual development, in the way that you see your divine masculine and everything that he's brought to you, bettered you for, like the betterment that he's brought, all that knowledge that you have, just being able to be free in your expression of that. So actions that we get for the divine masculine and divine feminine. So future actions, the divine masculine will be serving justice. He will be providing justice, a sense of fairness between the feminine and masculine. He may have things going on in the background with, you know, courts, legal matters, the law, separations, divorces, if he has to show up for court for something, if the police have pulled him over for something, he might have to settle something in his external world before he can move this forward. And so this is an action he's taking. This can also be in the connection itself. If there's something that feels very unfair, something where you guys are not meeting minds at, you know, in times of food or money or emotional support, anything that you can have a sense of divvying up and saying, well, this is what's fair, this is what isn't fair. He's having justice show up. So his actions are all about trying to provide that justice. And the divine feminine is showing up with her emotions, her vulnerability, her intuition. So in the past energy, it's like she's hiding her awareness, she's hiding her knowledge. She might fear, exposing herself, or her divine masculine not showing up emotionally. But in the future energy, she is showing up. She's being emotionally vulnerable and open and honest about everything that she's feeling and going through spiritually, emotionally, intuitively in this connection. And so that's beautiful energy. She's being brave toward the end. For many of you, it'll be toward the end of the 30 days, but it depends on how quickly you process your energy. So let's go ahead and look at our future energy. So the future energy is energy that will take place within the next 40 days, more likely. But again, it really depends on when everyone is processing their energy. So the future for our divine masculine is that 10 of Wands. So he's putting down that struggle. He's finally putting it down. And we do see that energy as well in his heart space. Like he's holding on to the desire to put down the struggle. And we see that in the future energy. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. So very beautiful. For the divine feminine, we do get our Hermit card. So she's going to be going into a place of maybe isolating herself, getting herself tapped back into, her divine source, her divine spirit, which is an internal, it's an inside process, an inside light. So she's connecting back to her inside light by spending time with herself. Now, this is a reflected energy because we do see the Hermit as well show up in the heart space for the divine masculine. So the divine masculine's heart space is what the future energy will be. What he's desiring in his heart is what will happen in the future energy. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and look at our numbers and see if we can get some more information. So our divine masculine has 10 and 6. That's 16 or 7. So we do have a value of 7 for you. And for the divine feminine, we do get a 1 and a 9. So wow, she gets 10. So wow, I'm just flabbergasted by her energy over here. She's got 1, 1, 1, 1. Because those are all aces. And then of course she has the 4 of Wands, a very beautiful energy. And then of course she has the Page of Pentacles, which is a 1, 1. And now she has a 10. A lot of ones on her side. So the 10 is all about coming to a completion. Again, we get the 10 of Wands down here for the divine masculine. We also have the 10 of Wands up here. Let's see if we get any more 10s on his side. We do have 2 10s. So if the divine masculine is seeing 10, 10, or combinations thereof, could be confirmation for him that this is for him. So for the divine feminine, we do have a completion of energy. She's processing all of her energy very beautifully, very strongly. She has a few hiccups, but overall her energy looks beautiful, and she's going to be processing it out and having a new beginning, which is what I see. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. She has a lot of new beginning energy. So she's going to be processing out old energy and having a new beginning for herself energetically. For many of you, that means in the connection. For some of you, you may still go through a period of being separated, but you're having a new beginning in your own energy. coming into your own is what it looks like for a lot of you. For the Divine Masculine, this is all about reflection, reevaluation, considering the situations of the relationship, the spiritual aspects of the relationship. Let's see, we've got an 8, a 1, 2, 3, 10. We've got a 5, a 2. So we've got a couple 2s, a couple 3s, a couple 5s, and a couple 10s. So he's kind of spread out with partnerships and unions, completing energies, and making changes in his life so that he can move forward with the things that are meant for him. Let's go ahead and take out an energy from our oracle and also our messages from Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. So we do get a Divine Masculine energy, which is a direct message, whether you are in communication or not, something on his heart. My greatest wish is to be in union with you and simply be happy. And for the Divine Feminine, we do get, I do love you from the bottom of my heart and I will never stop. So our oracle card is all about boundaries and where do you need to establish better boundaries. So this is a card to remind you about remembering who you are, what you want, what you need, your purpose, and bringing that to yourself, because you can only show up for another as much as you show up for yourself. So when your own boundaries are strong inside yourself, you're able to show up really well for another person. So focus on those boundaries within yourself. Remember, we do have a you versus them. We do dive into feelings, thoughts, as well as future actions and what each person wants. And we go in depth with energy there as well. I'll leave a link below so you can drop in and check it out. And remember to always like, share, and subscribe. It does help us grow, and I love hearing from you guys. And if you feel like this could help your partner or a friend, share with them. Please comment. You can go ahead and leave something to do about your relationship so I can tap into your energy and kind of read more for that as well. And also, you can leave little emojis or little icons. And I love hearing from you. So thank you so much for joining. And I will see you again in your next 30 days. Take care and blessings.